And good evening, Rebel fans, and welcome out to Pizza Village on Moss Street. It is a Monday night Turlings tradition to come out and talk a little Turlings football. But what I'm finding out is it's just about an every night tradition to come out here to Pizza Village on Moss Street. Look, this is normally the time that we get into talking about last week's game and all of that, but I can't start any of this without giving a big shout-out to this group down here that's 8-0. How about them Rebels, huh? A big win on Friday night, and instantly it turns into week 9 already. Yeah. So I just wanted to shout that group out. Got to go by practice today, and man, they're fired up for week 9, and it's so good to see the work that's going on over there, and it's a great, fun, loose environment, Coach, and I think that's been the success most of the year.
You know, I think, you know, obviously practice can become monotonous or be boring, but I think we genuinely enjoy going out there and getting better. You know, Mondays we've kind of taken a little bit of the stress as far as physicality with it and removed the pads the last few weeks. I think that's been beneficial, you know, to the kids. You know, Monday is a lot of the install stuff, you know, I mean, just kind of what we plan on running on Friday night. So it can be a little slower. But I thought we improved, and that's the ultimate goal, you know, of having a practice.
Look, let's get back into your Week 8 game against East Ascension. Jumped out of district to do that. We've got a good opponent that came into town. Crowd was what it was again. But take me through some of that. Looks like you guys, of course, put up another big offensive showing on there. Defense gets into it as well. 2-point conversion in there. Let's start and let's go through that. You guys start early or start fast again.
Yeah, you know, this was one of the few games where we actually received the ball for opening kick, you know, and I was proud of it. We took us about 5 minutes, went down and got 7 points, and then they got a quick first down, and then we got the ball right back and went down and made it 14-0, you know, and I just started, you know, we started fast. We were playing at a high level. You know, there's a lot of emotion in the game and a lot of excitement building into that game. But once the ball kicked off, I thought the kids were locked in, and, you know, we took a 21-0 lead, and, you know, they made it interesting. You know, they made it 21-7, but then Spencer Mesh has a big 70-yard carry that makes it 28-7 and kind of just killed any momentum that they had at that point, you know, and that was critical in the first half. And second half, they get the ball first, something that we hadn't done much this year, but on the first defensive play, we get an interception and then score, make it 35-14, and we kind of never look back from there.
And look, you talked about Mesh in there. As I'm watching the video, every week it seems like somebody else is getting into the scoring column and doing something else. Tell me a little bit about Spencer Mesh.
Yeah, you know, Spencer Mesh is probably, you know, he's a junior tailback. You know, obviously we have the 3 seniors that we love, you know, with Kaysen and Ian and EDB. But, you know, Spencer's a kid that's very talented. You know, he's the fastest of the bunch. Yeah, he's got a little bit more wiggle than some of the other guys, you know. And, you know, he's played well throughout the season, you know, but the Friday was kind of his coming out party, so to speak, as far as making the massive plays. And, you know, he got in the end zone twice. And, you know, if he didn't, he had a little bit of a cramping issue in the third quarter that obviously is a little bit of a concern, you know. But, you know, if it wasn't for that, he might have had 10, 15 carries for, you know, who knows. But he had a great performance Friday night for sure.
Look, and I think that's what keeps the legs fresh as you go. And as you get into the latter part of the season, weeks 9 and 10, and on into that deep playoff run, fresh legs are the difference in deep runs or early exits.
Right. You know, and I just think, you know, thing that people are giving us a lot of praise for is that the number of weapons that we have. You know, it's not just one tailback or 2, it's 4, it's 5. You know, it's 6, 7 kids catching. Oh, I did that on accident. But of catching passes, you know, on a Friday night, you know.
Please don't ever do that again.
They looked at me.
I looked at you too. Don't do that no more.
And then you know when you got Alex, who is essentially another running back with his ability to run the football, you know, it gives Mike and it gives our program a lot of different options and opportunities, you know, for us to have success.
Rushes for a touchdown, throws for a touchdown, catches the 2-point conversion on the game. How is he not one of the most highly ranked quarterbacks in the state?
You know, a lot of stuff as far as college recruiting is, you know, measurables. But I made a comment.
Oh, I thought the word we were going for was garbage.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
that's
I'm not going to do that.
I will.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think, you know, Alex knows some of the things that he needs to work on, and I think, you know, his height might be viewed as a little bit, or some might have a not quite a good appreciation for his arm strength is better than most people think. But I don't think it's fair, the lack of recruitment that he's getting. And quite frankly, a lot of our kids, I made a comment after the game Friday that, it might not have the exact measurables or projections, but these kids have what you can't measure, and that's heart and love for football and different things that go unnoticed. But, I mean, there's plenty of schools that would greatly benefit from having Alex or Drake Perry or Andrew Frugier, and I'm a little ticked off, to be frank with you, about the lack of recruitment in these kids.
Look, I am too, and look, and there's a lot of work to do before this. We're not trying to rush them off by any means because there's a lot of work to be done. But I'll tell them out here now, they'll make your program better the second they step on the campus. Get your tails down to Turlings Catholic and take a look at some of these seniors that are in here.
Right. I mean, and that's just how I feel about it. Obviously being new to the position and really recruiting has changed. It used to go through the head coach. Now these guys just go through Twitter and kind of go not behind your back, but don't really give you a lot of knowledge about how they're treating your talking to your kids. And I think it's going to happen for them. Better late than never. Right. But certainly in week 9, I would have hoped that some of our kids would have a little bit more offers. But hey, that's okay, and it keeps these kids grounded and motivated. But that's not what it's about. It's about helping these kids. And to say I'm pleased with the recruitment would be a lie. But I'll do my job in the off season. When this is all over, and get these kids a home, because it's not fair to them.
They will play on Saturdays. There's no doubt about it, and they'll make impacts right away. But as we said, there's a lot of work to be done before they end up getting out of here. Right. So the crowd, all of that, Coach, again, has just continued to be great. I don't know if it was a little bit of a letdown from the week before. Week before was homecoming, and it was monstrous of what it was. But as always, that home field advantage for the Rebels is stout.
Yeah, I think homecoming was a little bit better attendance-wise. It certainly wasn't poor Friday night.
No.
I was hoping for, a hair better, but that's okay. I think,
got a feeling this Friday.
Yeah, I would like to think, even though it's Halloween, I'd like to think that Friday night's going to be electric and interrupt state. And like, for the number of people that we had at the game Friday, it was awesome. You talk to some of our, we have Mr. Dexter, Miss Leslie. They're a married couple that do our electronics for the game,
right.
the score and all that stuff. And they said, man, you could feel it rattle in the press box. It might not have been thousands of people, but the ones we had were loud, and they loved it, and it was just a great Friday night overall.
Look, Brett was telling us that, too. Brett, who was with us tonight there as well, and he said, look, you can just see that it's shaking in there. Sometimes you get a little shake to the camera in there, and that press box it's not supposed to shake like that.
Right, no.
And it does, and that just tells you that when you get a crowd that will be back out, again, heart and measurables, this group of Rebel fans is second to none.
No, I mean, and they love their kids, they love the Rebels, and you and I spoke, and I really do think that this together mantra or motto that we brought in this season has really taken off, and I think it's kind of translated into our school and our community, and people are just fired up and proud to be Rebels. And Friday nights matter not only to us coaches and the kids on the team, but it's starting to really matter to everyone involved in the program.
It does. So let's get back into the game just a little bit, because there's a couple of things that we want to touch on. Of course, we have our lineman of the week that we'll talk about. We'll have our Southern Air Acadiana cool play of the game, and then our Beal and Air game ball, Beal and Hebert game ball that we're going to give away tonight as well. That's somewhere. I don't have it figured out yet on which side of me is back.
It's
when I
behind
look
me, yeah.
Right, it's over there. You just have somebody contributing new every single week. Now, you got the same core group of it, but it doesn't seem like you, Coach Bart, Coach Richard, any of the guys that are out there have any lack of confidence just plug and play and putting somebody else in there.
Yeah, I think one thing I've said consistently throughout our shows is that we have so many quality football players that it's beneficial, and you said it just a second ago that somebody new might step up and make a big play, but I mean, I've just been overall with our team just really proud of the production, through 8 weeks, and there's a number of kids that are really playing at a high level that really will deserve all district here in a few weeks. And, I think there's a few MVPs and certainly some all-state caliber players on our football team.
Look, there's no doubt about it. The MVPs of tonight, of course, the folks here at Pizza Village. You see Cody going back and forth. I text him after the game Friday night, and I said, y'all better watch out. I think there's going to be a lot of folks at Pizza Village. And he says, good, I'm at home.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty good setup for him. He said, "Yeah, I love those type of nights." I didn't get an exact time of when the doors got locked Friday night. I don't think I want to know.
I think my folks were here to help them close it down, so I can ask them. Yeah.
Look, he said, yeah, we'll be here again. That's great. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will get into naming our lineman of the week, our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, and our Beal and Hebert Player of the Game. We'll do all of that when we come back. You're watching the Michael Courville Show live from Pizza Village on Mall Street and right here on 446 Sports.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Turley's Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
You can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campuses in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the LeLeux Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners, to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life. We help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
And we are back to Pizza Village on, well, one of us is back at least. So there I didn't know if you wanted to come jump into the crowd again like you do after those wins. Is that what?
I wasn't aiming for that, but that's okay. I'm sorry about that.
Glad to have you back. Look, I saw you over there and visiting with the family. Of course, back in town. Always glad to see them in here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I got my wife's here. I'm a little baby girl. They don't miss anything. They don't miss JV games. They're here no matter what. I have the greatest support system with them, obviously, and then my mom and dad, my sister, their family. They're all in the building.
Look, we've talked early on when I talked to Nick, who's normally here with us, and I said, man, I hope there's a crowd. I said, don't worry. He says, Coach Mikey's family, he said, they'll be there every time you go. He said, it's an instant crowd right away. And so we certainly love that. Yeah. I don't know. It just dawned on me because your dad sits over there and he's waving, but I realize your daughter's right there and he's not waving at me and you. Yeah, that way.
He's saying Amelia hi.
Okay.
He doesn't
Look,
know.
I was like, I'm waving back, but that's all I get. Coach, let's go through and talk a little bit about our cool play, our Southern Air cool play of the game. And it's one of those, Broken record time again. There's a lot to choose from, but this game, I mean, this one kind of just was the cherry on top, I guess, the icing on top of it too. Take us a little bit through that one.
Yeah, just a few plays just to mention. I thought we had a great play. Alex pump faking and hitting Quincy Moan was a great catch, great throw. That was one play that I loved. I also love our 2 swinging gate plays, one from AJ to Alex. And the second one, I don't know if you've ever seen a kicker QB sneak, but we executed that for 2 points.
I didn't see that one. I'll go back and look at that one.
That one was pretty sweet.
Look, I'll have to.
But, the cool play of the game was Cade Chavis pick six.
Right.
We scored once this year on defense with the safety, but we finally got 6 points. A cool thing that I've been really, really excited about as a coach, when I go back and watch on 446, is the genuine excitement from our kids when somebody else does well. Mm-hmm. But when Caden scored, you could see all the kids going nuts. He saw Colson come on, pick him up like he's an offensive player. Just a great overall, as a team. I'm just so happy with our camaraderie and our, the friendship and just the love they have for one another. But, Caden Chavis, great play. Caught it, made somebody miss, and sprinted down the sideline for a pick six. I thought that was just incredible. Really put an icing on the cake and really put a fork, in the game.
Look, and that's the kind of thing that really gets a crowd pumped up in there, too. And it's great to see Colson deliver his normal. And we're still not going to get him to do that to you.
If we win Friday, I'll let him do it.
On the show next Monday?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Look, stinking autocorrect. No. Asterisk win. You win, not if.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're. I know.
Next Monday, I'll be looking like Dirty Dancing when she. Yeah, I mean.
We will. I promise you, we will clear this entire runway out here.
I'll do it,
and you can start on that end and
absolutely. Go. And he'll love that. I mean, he's a funny guy. So
look, tell all your friends about it to get out here and let's see that. And we'll talk a little bit about this week's opponent coming up in just a bit. But let's roll on into our lineman of the week. That's where we're going with it.
Kind of one of these things. I think both, awards tonight, come at no surprise. But I went back and watched just the road grading that Drake Perry had Friday night. The Spencer Mesh run, he goes to a linebacker and completely just wipes the play out. Another performance where you see on one of Ian's touchdowns that he's driving the kid, goes right this back. Ian just kind of follows him right to the end zone. He's just another kid that just plays at a high level. When his best is needed, his best is given, and I just thought Drake Perry showed up to play and led from the front and was just really, put him at center, when Joshua went down, and he's just been an absolute problem for opposing teams.
Look, did you ever wonder, did you ever question, is this the right move, putting him over there at center?
No, I think, for our team and for what we have personnel-wise, I thought Barron Perkins was our next best offensive lineman, and he's just a natural guard. Secondly, for Drake, he's projected, going back to the recruiting and how we're not happy with it, but everyone told us he's a center, we got to see him snap, or he's kicking some tail and snapping the football, and, I'll leave it at that. But that's where kind of Drake projects at the next level, so I thought that was a good chance for him to, one, get that experience, two, get that tape, and, again, just for our team, that was the best fit, and if we're being honest, Drake would probably be he has played in the past, but be an incredible nose guard too on defense. He's just a really good football player, and he's been a great team player. Moving the center, and then like I said, leading from the front and being a great player for us.
Got a 2-point conversion a week ago too. He's living right. So congratulations to our lineman of the week, Drake Perry.
Drake Perry.
We'll get Drake in here. And just to answer, so Nick texted in, no, we're not bringing your salad. No show, no go, right?
Yeah.
No block, no rock.
I'm really happy to see Brett.
That's right.
Disappointed not to see Nick, but that's okay.
Brett is like that. What was that old Tool Time show where you never saw the dude across the fence? That's kind of like Brett. He's always up in the press box there. There you go. Drake Perry joins us here. And, Drake, congratulations on another big week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Look, where'd you go? Let's turn you up. There you go. All right. So you heard Coach talk about just finishing the play, and we hear that term, playing to the echo of the whistle on there too. That seems what you do anytime you're locked up with somebody.
Yeah, I just got to finish the play, get the highlight,
get to highlight. That's good.
No, but the thing about Drake did that, from day one when I met him in spring. As far as coming to play ball, he was finishing up track, and then, you just people outside people view offensive linemen whatever. But I think it was like maybe the third day of practice, and our practice was my third practice as the head coach, and the third practice was way up here. Like he elevated the entire team and just changed the feel of a practice. And you don't say that often about offensive linemen, but he's just a really good football player.
Look, after a hit like that you deliver, and Coach refers to it as road grading, you see that look across the defensive line again, and you know that, all right, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a dominating play when you could lay on someone like that and just know that. I mean, really, you know that you got them. I mean,
what was more
for the rest of the game?
What was more exciting, that block or the 2-point conversion?
I don't know. Nothing beats really that 2-point for no lineman.
See, that's good. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. How has the move over to center band? It seems like you've been there forever now, but how has that been for you in the adjustments?
Yeah, well, we lost Josh, and I knew that one is kind of a blessing in disguise for me because I needed some center snaps for colleges, and just I think that I've been able to kind of get better at snapping through the weeks and been more consistent. And I mean, I know I could block well, and so I just had to get that snapping done. But I think I've gotten good at that, and I think I've been able to play it at a pretty high level.
And the fact that all of your snaps are shotgun snaps, too. A little bit more to it than just that under center snap. You've got to, all eyes are on you to start with.
Yes, sir. And, just perfecting my craft and just getting it where Alex needs it to make a play.
Look, I've not seen anything but success out of it, too. Drake, continued success, my friend. I know you guys got a big one this week. What are you guys doing to get a little bit better this week? I mean,
we just got to treat it like another game. It's a big game, but it's a big game because it's week 9. They're a good team. That's all it is.
But you gotta know from here on out, it's a good team every week. I mean, you're a team that you're not sneaking up on anybody. All eyes are on you guys, and you're in every conversation now. There's not any disrespect that's going around because you guys are at the top of everyone's conversation for one of the best teams in Acadiana, much less the entire state of Louisiana. So you're going to get everybody's best effort, no matter who it is, from here on to the middle of December.
And I mean, it prepares us for the next weeks for 5A football in the playoffs. They're as good as the 5A teams. We got to just treat it like a game preparing us for the playoffs.
There you have it. Coach, final thoughts on Drake?
No, just really proud of Drake, and I hope he knows that. He's just a kid. That's another one. I talk about these seniors. He's one of the kids that leads from the front. He's got a little to him as far as he plays the game, and I got to calm him down a little bit. But I'd much rather have to slow him down than speed him up. And Drake's just a great kid. He comes from a great line of football, and he certainly lives up to his part of it.
Look, I got to believe 100%. You're not ever picking up 74 and say you got to get motivated.
No,
not at all.
Not at all. That's not what I got to do.
Congratulations, my friend. Great week.
Great job, Drake.
Thank you.
That moves us to our Bill and Hebert player of the game. Can you get? I guess that was poor planning on my part to put it out there because we know how. Look at that, no fumble. There you go. That is our Bill and Hebert player of the game. It's got the Rebels logo on it, the 446 logo, and we appreciate BU Designs. Boy, I can't butcher that one at all.
No.
That makes these custom footballs. We are right up at about 100 of these for senior awards too. So we do those basketballs, volleyballs, soccer balls, anything that you want. But this one we're giving away for the effort from the past week, Coach. And as I'm looking through the film, I've got probably 7 good candidates that we could go through. Talk about some of the performances, and then we'll get into who our winner of this is.
Yeah, we talked about Spencer Mesh earlier. He had a phenomenal game, about 100 yards rushing. I thought Schwander, who had been nicked up, had a hell of a game.
Right.
Coming back and really ran the ball hard and hit the hole and did a great job with that. Andrew Viatar had over 130 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Hard to deny Andrew. Another Andrew Frugier has been an absolute problem for defenses.
Look, Celestine, every time you look out there, he's coming
Nick's
up with a big
getting better
catch.
and better. Nick had 5-6 catches Friday night. Frugier had a great game. Jackson Broussard had 10 tackles and an interception. Just an overall
the
big
pick
night.
six too.
Pick six. Chavis had
yeah.
an interception. But this week was one that I spoke throughout the shows throughout the weeks, and it's like Alex had a great game, but we'll give it. There was no denying Alex Munoz this Friday. I think he had one of the best performances I've ever seen at the quarterback position, with his arms, with his legs, with his decision making, with his leadership, with his toughness. I'll say it, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, that I couldn't be more blessed to have the quarterback that I have for a first-year head coach. It doesn't get any better than this. And Friday night, he was an absolute problem.
Look, there's a difference between somebody that plays quarterback and somebody that is a quarterback. And our Beal and Hebert player of the game this week is a quarterback. And he's not somebody that's just out there filling a gap. He is out there running the show, and he is being that dude. And the performance on Friday night proved that in a big game on there. So congratulations to this week's player of the game, Alex Munoz.
Doug, you say that he's a quarterback. He's also a football player. He if we wanted to, and if he wanted to, he could play running back in college. He could play receiver in college. I really think he could play safety in college if he really wanted to. He's a quarterback in that sense, but he's truly a football player. Somebody asked me, I think he's our high school version of like Diego Pavia. The guy who plays for Vanderbilt, He's just got a dog mentality to him. And,
how do you bring up Vandy after
because they beat LSU? What you want me to say?
I don't want you to say that at all.
The kid's a Heisman candidate, and I think Alex Munoz should be considered, district MVP, All-State MVP in my book. The kid's having an incredible year, and he's not getting spoken of enough, locally and throughout the state.
Look, and we're talking about poor Alex, and he's right here like this too. I banged the biggest gong for him. This dude needs to be on everybody's list on there too. If you're sleeping on Alex Munoz, shame on you for that too. Alex, welcome aboard, and congratulations, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Look, the quarterback play, the football player, when you hear the words from Coach about all the different positions on there too, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. The best thing you can call a football player is a football player itself.
Man.
So I do think that I can play any position out there. So,
look, the progression this season, it looks like, and it's another cliche. And look, cliches are only cliches because they actually work. And one that comes to mind with you right now and the way you're playing is the game has slowed down for you. You're seeing things, it looks like to me, when I see it on film, you're seeing things at a whole different level right now.
Yes, sir. That just goes back to the preparation throughout the week. We get a great look on scout, and we're able to see it over and over throughout the week. So when it gets to Friday night, it's like it's in the back of your head.
Look, we talked about it too. You rushing touchdown, catch a 2-point conversion. You throw one on there too. I don't know what's left on there except maybe a pick six on your own. But I don't believe you're going to see any snaps on the defensive side of the ball the rest of the way.
I'm ready for it.
Of course.
Tell Coach Bart that.
No, we're not. He could do it. If we really needed him to, he would return kicks too. He's just a great athlete, a great player, and he's really the fruits of his labor is really showing out for him on Friday night with his play and his numbers, and just really proud of him.
One thing that I know you and I have talked about off the air as well, though, is this support cast, because your thoughts are quarterback is only as far as that offensive line goes, as far as those wide receivers and running backs. Tell me about that support cast again, starting with that offensive line.
Well, I think they're just playing the best football they've played all season right now, and it's the best time because our season's picking up, getting into playoffs, and we're very clean Friday night, and we looked great in practice, and I'm really excited about it.
Look, it doesn't seem to matter which running back you have in there, what number you call on there. The success is going to be the same as well. What about that stable of running backs?
It's great. We have Ian, we have Spencer, EDB, Kaysen, all of them. And if one gets tired, we have another one coming in to do the same thing that we were just doing with the other one. So it's great to have that depth in there.
When you get the new center in Perry, did you ever think that it might not go what it is, because it's pretty solid right now?
Oh, I always have confidence in Drake. He's just he's a football player, and he's going to find a way to be the best at his position, and that's what he's doing right now.
Look, there's no doubt about it. Coach, when you see that type of senior leadership And you see it all throughout, too. We've talked about this from way back in the summer. Special is the word that we threw around a lot.
Yeah, I was sitting with my family yesterday, and I said, hopefully I'm doing this, for 20, 30 years, God willing. But I said, and I meant it, I don't know if I'll ever have a group like this again, and that's saying a lot, for your first year. But this is the best team. Is it the most talented team? It's debatable. But this is the best team that I've ever been a part of in any sport. I mean, it's truly a team. Everybody works together. Coaches, we all get along at a high level. We all have fun, and the kids, they believe in us. They believe in each other, and it's just, and there's no selfishness. I mean, you watch Spencer's run, and Cason's the first guy there to give him a high five. When the receivers score, they run. If you watch they sprint the whole field with them. It's just, it's unique, it's special, and it's just, I'm so blessed to be a part of it.
Look, it is a great group. As a senior group, you guys are leaving your mark. You're leaving a legacy on here without a doubt. Those younger players that are coming up, I know you guys were at the junior high championship for a little while last week, I think it was, JV playing tonight. What is it that you try to leave to those younger guys?
I think it's just doing things the right way. That's just always been what Turlings is, and that's what we're trying to exemplify. And as seniors, I think we're doing a great job of setting the standard for what senior classes of the future should have.
He nailed it on the head. That's what I'm thinking. The kids have set a standard that everyone's going to have to abide by if they want to have this type of success. And, they're going to leave this place. And I've challenged them to leave it, obviously better than you found it, but they had a chance going into the season to be a debate as far as being the best senior class that we've had, and they're certainly on pace to continue that.
Better than that 14 class.
Yeah, we were very average.
Guys, congratulations again to Alex Munoz, our Beal and Hebert player of the game. And I'll look in the camera and I'll tell you again, if you're sleeping on this guy or any of those seniors that are out of here, shame on you for doing that. Alex, congratulations, my man. Looking forward to a big one this week. We'll be back right after this. When we come back, we will look at – actually, I think we're going to talk to
Coach Mike Richard.
Coach Richard, yeah. We'll do that. It was great to see him out at practice today. Don't go anywhere. Still got a little bit of time to make it out to Pizza Village. The only problem is finding a seat in here, but we've spilled out in the other room as well. So come on out. Next week's going to be special as well when we've got Dirty Dancing here. I can't wait for that.
God willing, let's do it.
Going to be a lot of fun. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You are watching the Michael Courville Show from Pizza Village right here on 446 Sports.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Turlings Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
You can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campuses in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the LeLeux Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
And we are back to Pizza Village on a Monday night, and we talk about it being a Turlings tradition. One of the Turlings traditions this season has been scoring a lot of points. And the gentleman that is helping with that is the offensive coordinator and play caller, Coach Mike Richard. Coach, welcome aboard.
Yes, sir. How we doing?
Doing wonderful. Look, we talked about this off the air, and so many resources and so many weapons out there. It's got to be fun sitting back, game planning, and setting this thing up.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we go back when I introduced the offense to the players. You know, I used the term program, players, then plays.
Right.
Well, you know, set the identity of the program, make the offense fit that, but then you go to what fits the players. And with our group, there's a lot of stuff that fits. So sometimes I get a little carried away, and it might be, you know, too many plays here and there on the call sheet, but it's scoring points, so we'll keep doing that.
If it's this big and you're looking through that, everybody else has one like this.
Oh yeah, I got my Waffle House menu, I promise.
I think it's great. Look, we look back and I'd watch some of the tape on week one, and I think we talked probably week two or week three, or may have been week one. But I look at the plays in week two, and I'm like, man, look at it. Who would have expected that? In week three, I was like, wow, I never would have thought. And now it's like, that's right. It's nothing surprises me anymore. It all amazes me, but nothing surprises me.
Yeah, and all the versatility we have, man. Like, it just goes back to the players, just their skill sets. They match up well. They learn really well. And it's really easy for me because a lot of times as a play caller, you think you're doing too much. But with these guys, they absorb it and they put it and they execute.
Right.
So it kind of gives me a little bit extra leeway.
I think that's one of the big things, too, is that you're running a lot of things out of some multiple looks. And so if you're able to find something that works but throw it at somebody a little bit differently,
absolutely,
they're not seeing what's coming.
Yeah, I mean, if you really dissect it, we're running a bunch of base plays and
that's right,
and just giving it to them in different presentations. And I always use the term, we make it look the same till it's not.
Right.
And that when it's not is when it's an explosive play.
Look, it's just and then you throw into the fact that, well, maybe it's not EDB or Schwander or Mesh this week or Case. I mean, there's just so many different backs that you have out there. And then, oh, by the way, you go out to your wideouts and you see a Celestine and Viator and AJ and those guys. So many weapons and only one football. How do you get that distributed?
Well, sometimes it's the flow of the game that really helps you out. And then luckily we've been able to get on an opponent so I can say, hey, let's focus on getting this guy the ball here and there. I think going into the week, we know our spots, to put players in for them to succeed and get the ball.
Right.
We pulled a zone read before the snap. I told Alex, hey, think post pull for Nick. And it just happened out that way, So we kind of pick our spots for the players. We don't really call plays for the players, I guess, per se.
Right.
But we like to put them in positions to be successful.
Look, and that's the key to it. And you can hear this. You've been in some big-time programs. Of course, your time with the Cajuns, your time over in Gainesville with Florida on there too. When you see this type of a group, because things are complex at that level of play, at the Saturday level of play, things are very complex. It seems like these guys are able to go out there and run that sort of offense.
Oh, yeah, but it goes back to, our guys are really smart.
Right.
I promise you, if you take our offense top to bottom, the GPA, if I had to guess on average, is no lower than a 3.5.
Right.
And we do a really good job being efficient. I got really good assistants. Coach Landry helps me out in the pass game, communicating to those guys. Coach Robbie's really important to me because it helps me in the protection and the run game. Then Quinn, Coach Viator, big help in communication. He helps with the signals. I think Coach Mason's our glue guy,
right.
and he helps rotation and all that stuff and keeping the guys on track. So that's the biggest thing is everybody around me in terms of assistance down to the players.
Look, how much time do you guys spend, you and that offensive group of coaches, together working on this stuff?
So Saturday is our big day. We really work from about 8 to about 1:30
right.
on Saturdays.
Right.
And offensive game plan is a little bit different than defenses because, when you're breaking down an opposing offense, the defense got to say, hey, where's this guy at?
Right.
We got to break it down by formation. Like, what do they do versus this? And then we just kind of throw some spitball ideas. And then I'm lucky. I got a really good job at the school, so I got some extra time until I can really focus on football. And then via text, I'll be like, hey, what do y'all think about this? And we'll talk about it when we get the kids in 7th hour. So it really works out well.
All right, let's switch hats here. You're the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
How do you sleep any in the week that you're playing Turlings and you have to stop you?
Well, I don't want it to forfeit because that's only 2 points for the offense.
That's right.
But good luck.
That's exactly right. And you see it each and every week. Something else is out there. And do you get one of those ideas that you go just, hey man, I'd like to try this, and the guys are like, yeah, let's go.
Well, look, sometimes when I get bored, there's a lot of let's try this. And then we're at practice, it doesn't work, and I just yell, it's fired. So, and the guys, man, they pick up so well, and they execute so well that I'm able to throw some stuff at the board and see if it sticks.
Look, I've got some napkins where I've got some plays written down here. If you like, do you see how quick Coach Mikey turned around? He's like, look, I think Coach Richard's got it pretty well. But I've been doing this a lot of years, and I've never had a coach take those napkin plays that I have.
Right.
But look, it worked on my PlayStation, so it's got to work. I don't know.
When I was at UL with Coach Napier, we had a student assistant that would bring him coffee every day, and the student assistant would actually draw past plays on the cup and give it to him. So.
Look, see, I'm not kidding. I'm joking a little bit, but I'm not. No, you and your staff and these coaches that you guys have complement each other so well, and you can see that the players that you have, so many weapons. I think if you had 2 or 3 footballs each play, probably still couldn't get it out to everybody that was deserving of it.
Absolutely.
But I've not seen one player get their feelings hurt after a game because maybe it wasn't their time to get 5-6 catches or 15 runs.
Absolutely. And like I was telling AJ after the game, AJ had 2 big catches for us, but statistically it's not one of his big nights.
Right.
And I said, hey man, sometimes it doesn't always show up in the newspaper. And this is how great the guy is. He's like, coach, it don't matter, we won. And that's the kind of team we have, so it makes it super easy.
Look, excited about seeing what you have to pull out of the hat this Friday night. It's going to be a great one. I got to believe that there might be a couple of things we see that aren't on any tape at all for this season.
Well, we're very multiple.
Yes, you're very
and we'll be at the game. You know what I mean?
I understand that. Coach Mike Richard, thank you so much. We appreciate you stopping by as always. Yeah, wonderful job. We'll be right back right after this. It'll be our final segment. Our final segment of the night. When we come back, we'll get Coach back up here. Don't go anywhere. We've got one last go. This will be back. You're watching the Michael Courville Show live from Pizza Village right here on 446 Sports.
You can start a rewarding career as an emergency medical technician sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in just 12 weeks at their campuses in Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Covington, Lafayette, Lake Charles, New Orleans, and Thibodaux. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance. Classes start soon. Learn more at becomeamedic.com.
Here's your Beal and Hebert starting lineup.
Lance Beal, Turlings Catholic.
Kenny Hebert, Catholic High.
Stephen Williams, STM.
Don Connett, USL.
Alan Haney, Catholic High.
Gabrielle Romero, Sacred Heart.
Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers.
For over 40 years, Tim's Southern Air of Acadiana has kept homes cool, safe, and running strong, day or night. From expert air conditioning services to dependable whole home generators, our certified team is always ready when you need us most. We're not just technicians, we're neighbors who care. Southern Air of Acadiana, let us bear it. Call 337-339-9661 or visit timsac.com.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the LeLeux Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
At Guillory Chiropractic, we offer a variety of services to help you feel your best. From chiropractic adjustments for back pain relief to prenatal care during pregnancy, our team is dedicated to providing personalized treatment plans. We also specialize in sports injury rehabilitation and can assist with post-accident recovery. Whether it's routine checkups or specialized care, Guillory Chiropractic has the expertise and compassion you need to achieve optimal health. Contact us today to schedule an appointment at our Lafayette or Church Point locations.
And we are back. It is our final segment of the Michael Courville Show, and you can always tell that because the level of cuteness on the show goes way up in this segment, Coach.
Absolutely.
Look, looks like a new headband on there today. That's not the one that has the stuff in it.
Mama has a bunch, so it's hard to keep track, you know. I don't know.
I'm glad that I pay attention to stuff.
Yeah, I'm so proud. Thank you, man.
You're surprised that you said. Oh. I like how you went from "I'm surprised to thank you" and got out of that.
Yeah, well, you're getting me in trouble, so I much appreciate it.
You're getting you in trouble. It's not me getting you in trouble. Coach made it out to practice today and visited, so I don't have to listen to that anymore. And it's just a loose, relaxed, but business-like and very efficient atmosphere. What is it about practices that you try to make so just I don't know the word, but the music that's playing, all of these things are going, but everybody's at work and knows what they're doing?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I guess you could say loose. You know, I don't necessarily view it that way. I feel like we're all getting our jobs done, but we're enjoying it. You know, Mike was talking about
that's loose,
right? Yeah, but I'm just saying. But to me, loose kind of seems like it's it's too laid back or it's soft. You know, but
so let's dig into that too, because a lot of the practices that we attend and look at around the way, you don't have the music playing on there. You don't have that going on. Mm-hmm. But I went to 2 or 3 practices down here in this Lafayette region. And it's always that, and it seems to be that way. So I guess that's what we mean by it. It's just you guys are working as efficiently. You're going through the segments. Everybody's on point, but it's just not a stuffy environment, and that's what we mean by it.
Yeah, you know, I just think again, when you have great kids who can handle that, you know, that makes it easier. They're focused and they're having it, having some fun while doing it. You know, Mike was talking about the offensive staff. You know, I want to back his sentiment with that, as well as our defensive coaches and Coach Bart. They're leading that way. They're getting their jobs done at a high level, all while enjoying it. So, I just think it helps. I don't use the term pass the time, but it makes our time more enjoyable. It keeps everybody more engaged and having more fun. And I just think that's just critical, especially when you get down this part. It's week 9. Some people might start viewing practice as getting monotonous or boring. But, anything we do is for a reason. Even certain music is played for a certain purpose. So I just think it's kind of our intent just to get better and have fun while doing it.
Was that your playlist? Whose was that? Because it had a lot of variety in the music.
It's me.
Okay. Brett, that answers that.
Brett probably likes it. You can find something wrong with it, but it's fine.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
It's just different from song to song to song. And I just wonder if you're on a trip and you're driving down, that's the playlist that you're playing.
I'm a man of many hats, so it's a little different variety. You gotta have different genres.
Look, I feel you. I'm trying to give the public a little bit of insight into Coach Mikey is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Come out to practice. You can have fun. Alex actually made a playlist that, on certain days I'll actually play it. Just to, throw him a bone and get the kids. But a lot of time it's me,
Right. Okay, no, it was cool.
All right.
It was not bad. And look, this is already week. Can you believe it's week 9?
No.
Already?
It's anytime, again, when you're having success and you're having fun, it goes by fast. But, it's great. It'll be November next week. It's just like, wow.
Look, I think the time changes, thankfully, because we'll get some I think that's a whole nother soapbox I'm not going to get on. But Halloween is this weekend.
Yeah.
What are you expecting out for these fans that come out on Halloween night with pretty big game on the line?
Yeah, certainly it's a concern, as far as attendance, with people with small children. Like Wednesday, we have a thing on campus, for some of the Turtling families, our boys will be giving out candy to the kids, different things, but you're from Louisiana and people love football. And sometimes that this Friday night, if it's somebody else that we're playing, it might be different. But I think St. Thomas More game kind of trumps trick-or-treating for a majority of our families.
Look, I guess where I was going with that is I want to see these fans coming out costumed up. That's what we're looking for that. This is deadgum week 9. It's St. Thomas More. It's Halloween night, undefeated. That's what it's got to be.
Yeah, you got her excited with that.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. No, man. I certainly hope that's going to be the case. You said Halloween and candy and STM football game she turned. But no, I think we'll have a great crowd. It'd be awesome to have some people in costumes, all that stuff. But we are going to have with October being Breast Cancer Awareness, we'll have a presentation from Oshner, and it's just going to be a jam-packed house. Rebels are 8-0, Cougars are 6-2. It doesn't get too much better than this.
And look, I don't think the intensity would be any less if both teams were 0-8 right now going into it. It would be just as special of a night, and we try to stay away from it a little bit too. But the preparation, they're a very good ball club that's coming in. I don't care what's on the helmet, what's anybody the last year before, 100 years before have no bearing on what goes on this Friday night.
100%.
But it's two teams that are that close to each other and have that tradition that you two guys have had. This is what you get into coaching, and this is what these guys get into playing for. This is what he's quarterbacking for. This is big. It's what all of these are cheering for.
Right. It's hard, Doug, because you say that, and it's true, and then you also got to put into it's just week 9 as well, but it is what it is. It's a rivalry, and we certainly want to win every game, but, we definitely want to win this one as well, and like I said, it's going to be full of people. These kids will be ready for it, and St. Thomas More, they're going to bring a lot of fans. It's going to be just an electric night at Rebel Stadium.
Well, and again, that's such a good point. And I guess another way that we can look at it, too, and I know you don't like to look ahead. You don't like to look at power rankings. You don't like to look at any of that. But the more games that you're winning, the more home games you're getting in the playoffs. And the road to the Dome is going through Turling's Drive out there. And so now you start to get into that, all right, this means something. This is what these 30 seniors, this is what this entire team and that fan base and everybody is getting together for is 9-0. And I don't care if who you're playing on there. It's going to be a big night for week 9 and an opportunity to go 9-0 for you guys.
Yeah, ultimately, I think anytime you get in the playoffs, regardless of any circumstance, it's really kind of the draw you get. I mean, you know that, and in particular in this Division I select bracket, there is no easy draw.
There's a monster every week.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves.
There's a monster
but
every week.
There is a big difference between being let's say the 2nd or 3rd seed and being the 7th seed. It is what it is,
And now that and I guess it's been a couple of years now. So this is the 3rd year of it that they went back to your body of work during the season. 9-0, 9-1, 10-0 means something because that means you're going to – and just because this team upset that team, you've played and won all these games, but you got to go on the road in a 3rd-round game. I think that's garbage. Yeah. You don't have that anymore. You've played for the right to be at home, and you get to be at home, and that's special when it comes to all of that fan base and all of your guys being able to come out of their helmet and their locker room and all of these things.
If we take care of business, Friday night and we're beat for next week, if we go 10-0, like I said, I would anticipate a 2 or a 3 seed, and that certifies that, as long as we're in the bracket, it comes to 139 Turlings Drive, So I think that would be a huge advantage for our football team. And I think, at the end of the day, certainly we want to win Friday, but I think that's the most important part of it, as far as what a victory does for us. Obviously, morale, and there's only been 2 other teams in school history that have been 10-0. But I think ultimately that's the most critical aspect of this is the playoff seeding. And, I think with our body of work, we're going to receive a bye, for Week 11.
Correct.
But like you said, does it go home or away and all those good things, and the better seed, the better chance you have to make it. So,
look, and
certainly our goal.
And the beauty of it is it's not up to voting. It's not up to biased I like this team over that team or my buddies here or that or there. It's power rankings. It's based on people that you beat, and you earn your way to that seeding. It's not something that anybody gives you. And I don't think this group over here would want it any other way. They want to earn everything they get.
Yeah, it is what it is, as far as the power ratings. And we can't control, what our opponent, other teams do as far as winning and losing and all those things. But, we're going to control what we can control, and that's, how we prepare and how we execute and play on Friday night. And, that's the only real concern. We'll worry about power ratings, at the end of next week, but as of now, our focus is on us and getting ourselves ready to play Friday night.
I absolutely love it. Look, you guys are doing a great job, and I want to end the show, Coach, the same way we started this show. Mm-hmm. This group of dudes over here is 8-0 on the season, going for 9-0. So let's hear it for our Turlings Catholic Rebels. Without a doubt, you guys are playing your tails off. Keep it up. Coach, been a wonderful night on here. Without a doubt, you didn't make her mad, and she didn't have to go away.
Yeah,
so.
I'm excited about that. We started off really good the first few, maybe 3 or 4 shows, and the last 3 or 4, she's kind of gotten cranky. But, we figured out saltines is the way to keep her content.
We also figured out it's not a cute game to take them away from her.
No.
That's not, look, she heard that too.
No. But, no, Doug, thank you, man. It's gotten better and better. I feel like, this partnership with Turlings Catholic and 446 has been incredible. It's super beneficial, again, for families that can't make it or get people out of town, out of state. It's really cool for me. I get home after the game, and I go, it's the first thing I do. Normally she's sleeping, mama's sleeping, so I just go in the living room and I watch it back, So it's just been awesome. I just can't thank you guys enough for what you've done for us.
My wife used to stay up when I'd get home from the games that we would do, and I would get on and I would turn the game on the TV. She got to be kidding me. After about 3 weeks of that, now she's not in the living room anymore. She's gone to sleep by the time I get home. So she's not a coach's wife, but I'm going to tell you, a broadcasting wife is just as loving and supportive. That's for sure.
It was a special moment for me. I mentioned that I got home, and I'm watching the game, and it was kind of a tough – the great thing for me, emotional thing. Viator scores a touchdown, make it 21-0, and you see Mama. She's clapping with her, and she's laying it. You can see it all on film, and it was something that I'll cherish forever.
Look, you'll have that to go on with, and I'm glad that these folks here are finally getting to know me, and I can come out of my shell a little bit too. Passion is what Coach Courville has. Passion is what I have about it too. Dadgum, guys, let's go out there and go 9-0. That's going to do it for us here from Pizza Village on a Monday night. You have been watching the Coach Michael Courville Show. We will see you. What was that song? I've had the time. That's, yeah.
Get it ready, bud.
Get
it ready.
It is going to be queued up. There is no doubt about that.
You have my word, too.
Look, ain't no doubt about it. I got all of these witnesses
Colson
here.
heard enough, sir. Enough's enough.
That's right. Guys, come out 6:30 Friday night. You can watch the game like he does after it's all over with. Get your tails out to Rebel Stadium and watch these guys go 9-0. We will see you back here next Monday night. You have been watching the Michael Courville Show right here on 446 Sports.